Ladies and gentlemen, John Cena has made history and become a Grand Slam champion, winning his first and only Intercontinental Championship. Let's talk about it right here in Alyx's world. Hello all and welcome to Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Monday Night RAW review, reaction, recap. We are double casting, simulcasting on both YouTube Shorts and regular lives, because I am experimenting to see which one works out better for me. But however you're watching me, wherever you're watching me, I do appreciate you for making me a part of your day. If you guys are ready, let's not waste any time. Let's talk about it. Mr. John Cena has made history. The one championship that has eluded him throughout his entire career, 23 years. He went without winning this one title. He's won 17 world titles, but he's won zero intercontinental titles until tonight in his hometown of Boston, Massachusetts, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe, and this is just my opinion, if they were going to do it, this was the perfect time and the perfect place to do it. And I love that he won it in his hometown. And the great thing about this win, besides making him a Grand Slam champion, the best thing about this one in particular is that if they decide that they want to give the belt back to Dominic Mysterio, which they could easily do. We could easily have John Cena drop the belt right back to Dominic Mysterio at Survivor Series. It would harm nobody. Dominic Mysterio gets his win back. Dirty Dom, of course, will be able to say he beat the greatest of all time, which is a notch on his belt. But ultimately, John Cena gets a short reign, wins the IC title, and then goes on to either win his final match, more than likely lose his final match against whoever wins the tournament, which is ultimately what he's here for. John Cena is old school. He likes to put people over on his way out. And so I am very excited to see how things turn out for John Cena when it comes to this IC title run. People are speculating that he might actually go to his final match as the IC champion. He might actually end up, and this is something that I'm personally not for, but this is something that I think could actually happen, where John Cena drops the belt to his final opponent. So he loses, Dom loses the IC title, and then he still keeps the Mega AAA Championship. Maybe he defends the Mega AAA Championship against Rey Mysterio in San Diego. Dominic Mysterio has to be in San Diego. We could all agree on that, right? We all agree that Dominic Mysterio is going to appear in San Diego. So it's either a match against John Cena, or it's a match against, a match against his father, Rey Mysterio. Now, I am curious to see, and this is just what I'm curious about, who is going to win this tournament. Now, the odds-on favorite is wrestling next week. Gunther. He's fighting Javon Evans, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Javon Evans. I'll have to see how this plays out. We have two mystery opponents joining the tournament. One of them is going to be Joe Hendry. Spoiler alert. What's good, King Mike Tots? Haven't seen you in a minute. King Mike Todd says he's back. I'll read. By the way, I'm able to read both chats, and if you donate, super chat or not, I'm still going to read it. Now, if you donate on the, and I'm experimenting with this, if you donate on the live stream that's vertical on YouTube Shorts, it should still, I'm not sure if it will, but it should still play on live. It should still play. So, if y'all want to donate, go for it. You should still be able to play. But anyways, yeah, the odds-on favorite is Gunther. Joe Hendry's going to be one of the mystery opponents, but we have two. Now, I've been thinking about who from TNA could come and wrestle for John Cena's final match. I went back and forth between Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy would be a great mystery opponent, just to be able to say he entered the match. I also thought about maybe having one of the legends return to really spice things up, right? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who else they bring in as a mystery opponent. Currently, I don't know how I feel about Gunther being the one to end John Cena's career. Not saying that you can't have Gunther do it. It's just, maybe this is just how I see it. Gunther already ended Goldberg's career, right? You already had him end Goldberg's career. I don't know if I would have him also end John Cena's career. Does that make any sense? Do you guys see where I'm coming from? I would like, if the last person that John Cena fights is going to beat him, let it be someone that could use the rub. Gunther's already established. He's already a world champion. He already ended Goldberg's career. Do we really need him to also end John Cena's? If that makes any sense, right? So, someone said Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. I don't hate that. I don't hate Matt Cardona. I think Matt Cardona could be would be a great final opponent for John Cena. He's not winning that match, but I would love to see it. Someone said Edge. It's not happening, guys. Chris Jericho, Edge is not going to enter the tournament. If they work something out to make that happen, I will be blown away. If Tony Khan and Triple H worked out a deal to allow some AEW wrestlers to compete in this tournament, that would be nuts. It would be insane. It's not happening, though. It would be cool. Other stuff that happened on tonight's show. We had War Games announced for both men and women. Cody Rhodes is joining War... I'm shocked by this. Cody Rhodes is joining War Games. I was hoping that we would do Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes at Survivor Series. Maybe we're going to do Drew and Cody for War Games, and then we'll do the world title match probably around Royal Rumble-ish, or maybe on Saturday Night's Main Event. See, that's the thing, though. I don't think Saturday Night's Main Event is going to be nothing but John Cena. I don't think they're going to have a world title change on Saturday Night's Main Event. So if they do have a world title change before the end of the year, it might have to happen on SmackDown, or they're going to push it off to the Royal Rumble next year. So, Cody Rhodes is in War Games on Team CM Punk, Jey Uso. I'm assuming the last two will be Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns, right? Which leaves two more for Paul Heyman. I'm assuming Brock Lesnar will be one of the two. Maybe Austin Theory? What we feeling? What we feeling about this? Because I'm thinking, yeah, maybe Austin Theory and Brock Lesnar. Perhaps. I do think LA Knight should be in War Games. Maybe they'll do LA Knight instead of Jimmy Uso. We'll have to see. We'll play this one by ear. We'll play that one by ear. So, yeah, I think if we're looking at the War Games matches, the women's and the men's, it's going to be hard to determine which one is going to be better, because I think the women's looks interesting, right? The women's, in my opinion, does look a tad bit more new, fresh, because you have Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and then, of course, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss taking on, check this out, Nia Jax, Lash Legend. Lash Legend's going to be in War Games. Okay. Kairi Sane and Asuka, of course, right? So it looks like 4-4. I'm assuming the men is also going to... I think the men might be 5-on-5. But women's is going to be 4-4. They might do 4-on-4 across the board. So 4-on-4 for both. We'll have to see about that one, right? Let's play that one by ear. So 4-4. And I think we might actually see, and I'm thinking about this really hard, we might actually see some surprises here in terms of if they do have 5 on each team, 5-5, then they might bring in some people we're not expecting. So, but it's looking like it's going to be 4-4 across the board. So we already got Cody, CM Punk. Yeah, Cody, CM Punk, Jey Uso. If they do 4, the 4th one is Roman Reigns. And then for the women, if they do 5, you got to add Becky Lynch in there, right? Becky Lynch and maybe AJ Lee. So we'll see. I am curious to see where all of this goes. I look back with bated breath. I sit back with bated breath to see what they do. I did see that Nikki Bella turned heel, thank God. Now I can hate on her for free. I've been hating on her for free anyways. Now they're telling me to hate on her. Gladly, I will hate on Nikki Bella, right? They want us to hate on her because she's a heel, so I will oblige. I will be the biggest hater of Nikki Bella's. So she turned on Stephanie Vaquer, right? That's why John Cena left your ass. No, like, that's what the fans were chanting, though. That's what Boston was chanting. Cena left you. I swear to God. I'm not making that up, by the way. They actually did chant that. It was faint, but it happened. So, Nikki Bella's a heel, thank God. In all seriousness, she was not working out as a babyface. They were trying way too hard to make people like her. You paved the way for us. No, we're not doing that shit. That doesn't work. Okay? Nikki Bella is a natural born heel. Ain't no one gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, Nikki Bella's a legend. No. Not me. Maybe you'll get it somewhere else, but I ain't the one. We ain't gonna hear it from me. I did see that the Kabuki Warriors did indeed win the women's tag team titles. I think that is their third? Their third, right? Yes, that is their third women's tag team championship win. So, sounds good to me. Yeah, overall, I thought the show was good. Raw is vastly superior. Like, far and away the superior show between this this show and SmackDown. I believe SmackDown needs a serious revamp. Like a major revamp. But Raw is holding steady. You know, Raw is not too bad. I do think Raw ultimately is going to stand out as the easier show to watch. Because even the weaker storylines aren't that bad, if you know what I mean. Like, for me, and I thought about this for a minute, they're doing Becky Lynch and Maxine Dupree for the IC title. And I'm not bored by it. I'm not bothered by it. I'm not dreading the idea of a Maxine Dupree win. Like I was with Julia. Like, Julia as the Women's United States Champion was... Every time I saw her, I went, ugh. Right? Like, what are we doing with you? Julia on NXT, I was excited for. I was like, this woman is the shit. Book her more. Right? But Julia on SmackDown ain't it. And I think part of the reason why it's not working is because they're trying to push her as a heel on SmackDown. Julia is a naturally, and I mean this, she's a natural born babyface. That's someone that fans want to cheer. That's someone that fans want to like. I don't know if making her a heel was the smart move. I'm curious to know why they made her a heel when she was a babyface on NXT. You know, that was the oddest call from Triple H. You would think Triple H would have seen, okay, this is working on NXT. Let's move this to the main roster and try it out. But anyways, yeah, I don't hate the idea of Maxine becoming the women's IC champ. Unlike Julia being the women's US champ. I was actually very happy when she lost it. And they put it back on Chelsea Green. So, Raw's much better. It's a much better, easier to watch show than... And again, this is just my opinion. You guys can agree or disagree. It's an easier watch than SmackDown. And I think John Cena being there just makes it that much better. We're going to get John Cena again next week. That's when we'll probably have Dominic Mysterio come out and challenge him to a match at Survivor Series. Dom will win the title back, and then John Cena will go into his final match without the title, which is okay. You still want that. Unless we decide to do Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio instead. We'll see. I gotta see Dom at Survivor Series. It's in San Diego. So there's that. Come on, 619? Just saying. I also think they're setting up Stephanie Verkara versus Nikki Bella. That'll be a one-off. Imagine them giving Nikki Bella the world championship. The women's world championship. Yeah, let's see how that works out for y'all. That will tank the women's division almost instantly. Let's not get too crazy with that. Let's not get too crazy with that. I'm just saying. And yeah, we'll see what they do with the John Cena, the Last Time Is Now. Is that what it's called? The Last Time Is Now tournament. I thought both matches were good. I liked Sheamus and Nakamura better.
Eyes, watch out for SmackDown. I'm coming for that title, whoever is the champ.
Oh, you promise? Well, let me see. SD Kai is the champ. Noel Jimenez has basically said, that belt is mine. Well, I'm cool with a nice little title defense to keep us excited for what's to come. All right, so I think we're good. Everyone hears me over here. You guys hear me over here. Both live streams are going very well, but I seem to have divided my audience. I was hoping that when I went live on my vertical, that this would reach a different audience, right? And this would reach another audience. What I've actually done is just taken the people who usually watch me live and divided it. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah, I don't know what I had to do to get more people to watch these lives. I've been trying to get more focus on these lives for a minute now. And it doesn't seem to be expanding all that much. So here's what I want to do. If you guys would graciously, and I would really appreciate if you guys will leave this stream. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the live on my vertical because it's not really growing. And I want you all to migrate over to my regular live. We're going to just move everybody here to my regular live, and then we'll try it again. What I might do is one day I'll do this. So Wednesday, let's do this. On Wednesday, we'll do a vertical live. Okay? And then on Friday, SmackDown, we'll do the regular live. Because I was hoping that I would be able to reach two audiences. But unfortunately, what's happening is that I've just divided my audience. So it was a good experiment. I'm glad we tried it. So we're going to go ahead and end this live here. You guys come over to my regular. All right? Come over to the regular live. And then we'll have some fun there. So I have ended my vertical live. So that was fun. We tried it out. And now a lot of the people that are on my vertical live will be migrating over here. So yeah, that does suck. That's stupid. All I did was just divide my audience. We tried it. All right, so this stream's about to get a lot more crowded. Come on over. Come on over. Yeah. Thank you all so much for joining me for this lovely live stream. I do appreciate you for making me a part of your day. As I said before, I was experimenting with 2 lives just to see if either live would, get more views. So apparently, the vertical live was actually attracting more of the viewers. I guess people prefer the vertical live more, perhaps. But that was fun. Just wanted to see what would happen. We did the vertical. But we're going to go ahead and move things along with this SmackDown, Jesus Christ, with this Raw, Monday Night Raw review. We're going to get into things. We're going to say hello to the people. We're not going to have a title defense. That's on Friday. But we're going to have a little chat about a piece of wrestling news. Did you all hear about Ridge Holland and that situation there? Yeah, we're going to talk about that before we get to the Raw review because I have a lot to say about it. But thank you all for joining me. You guys know what to do, right? Please go ahead and do all the YouTube things. Oh.
So Kai open mouth smile. I have seen his title win and title defense the last 2 weeks. He's a paper champ. Korpka is the real champ. He's the real competition.
Damn, you just called ST Kai a paper champion? The disrespect. He's here in the chat, by the way. You just gonna let him talk to you like that, ST Kai? We'll have to see how that turns out. Friday's gonna be interesting. Very excited about that. All right, y'all, show your love to everybody here. I think we have enough people that's migrated over. We can go ahead and move things along. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on Cameo. Give me a follow on Threads. Follow us on Discord. Follow me on Blue Sky, where the skies are clearer. Give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the tickest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. And yes, Switch ads are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxworld@gmail.com for business inquiries just to say hi. Get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then join the club. Get you an I'm Just Alyx Guy t-shirt. Hot off the press. Also get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx Has More t-shirt and many, many more t-shirt designs coming your way. So stay tuned. Join the cause. Expand the brand today right here in Alyx's world. Live chat. Thank you all for joining me and experimenting with me on these double lives. That does suck though. It really does suck that I'm not able to reach a new audience if I go to YouTube Shorts. Because this was on the short stream, right? This was supposed to be on YouTube Shorts. It was supposed to be on the Shorts feed. Did y'all find the stream on the Shorts feed, or did you go somewhere else? Maybe it's not putting it on the Shorts feed. I was hoping it would be on the Shorts feed. What do y'all think? Was it on the Shorts feed? Or did you just find it on the regular feed and I was just tripping? Damn it. All right, so as we said, it's a trial and error, not a big deal. But please, show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra, Shine 97 Star Heart, Elias, Adimi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Huh? Wait, Dylan Danger, Teflon Don, the Mod Father, Zeno, Enigma, big MGM. And of course, we can't forget about the Mrs. Firestar Heart Angel Holland back. Miss Holland back.
Friday Night SmackDown is the show to watch. Come and watch just Alyx stream. You won't be disappointed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Noel Jimenez is essentially saying, that belt is mine. Yo, Noel, you actually might have a shot at not just the Friday International title, but Ronwell Nogales he's been hinting that he might not be able to defend the belt at Survivor Series, so you can come get both of them. Think about that for a minute. Please be sure you like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Who here? Who is here, ladies and gentlemen? I see, of course, we talked about King Mike Todd's earlier. He said the show felt good. You know what feels good? Having you back, sir. Thank you for being back. Aaron Tingle. We got Your Highness, King AJ. We got Bonkers LFC. I see BTC1. He says, you won't be happy about Nikki Bella going heel. Matter of fact, I'm not. But at the same time, I am, because now I can hate on her for free. I was already hating on her for free, but now I'm not going to be punished for hating her as a babyface. Now it's like, well, y'all telling me to hate her. She's a heel, so I can hate on her and be perfectly in the right. Be perfectly in the right for doing it. PYXY888. Ant Barrel. Did I say that right? Ant Barrel. Of course, you got the current world champion, Super Chat World Champion, the Chosen One, the Unwicking. When he's in the building, you the twos, and he's the one. I am number one. Ronwell Nogales, Chris Wrestling Views, and also in the building, just lurking, we got Corp CA. Corp CA, who might be looking to take back his title on Friday, who might be looking to take the world title at Survivor Series. It's all up to him. Everyone sees him as the real champ. But when you look at those title cards, do you see his name on there? I guess you can say, to be the champ, you gotta beat the champ. But he says, I love if Sheamus or Truth won the Cena tournament, because fans would get with those stars to win the IC title for the first time after Cena won it for the first time in his hometown. He gives Raw an 8 out of 10. Wow. He enjoyed Raw. That's good to see.
All of y'all saying I am all talk. I am the reason why Korpka had to vacant the title to some scrub. I gave him competition. All of y'all some scrub smirk.
Wow. Well, Noel Jimenez is turning heel. He's turning heel on the audience here out of nowhere. Jesus, what are we gonna do? We got so many heels coming after this belt. Look at that, man. You love to see it, though. Corp CA is like, I'm always watching and lurking, waiting to strike when you least expect. Who else is here? I see Sean Swaby. Baby! Sean Swaby in his house. I see Joseph Winters. I see PYXY888. I see Garrett Leach? Garrett Leach. Did I say that right? Maybe not. Maybe so. Firestar Heart says, what if Sheamus wins the tournament and goes on to defeat John Cena And that's how he finally wins the IC title, by beating John Cena for it. Oh, that sounds beautiful. I think I might actually like that. That would be nuts if they did that, right? You kill two birds with one stone. You give John Cena his first IC title, and then you give Sheamus his first. I think I want it now. I think I might want that. So if Dominic Mysterio doesn't win the title back at Survivor Series, Sheamus should totally win the tournament. No offense to Gunther. No offense to Gunther. So, all right. Thank you all so much for being here. We're going to move things along. I am going to talk about Ridge Holland first before we get to Monday Night Raw. And once again, I want to apologize.
Call me a paper champ? It sounds like you sucking up to Corp CA. Like they're Edge and you are Vicky Guerrero.
Ooh.
My goal is to help others. Not let mid take it place. Rather Corp CA be double champ.
Wow. So SD Kai's purpose is to stop Corp CA from getting all the belts. Oh, I love this story. SD Kai said, "Don't underestimate me. I'm a champ for the reason."
Hey Noel, slow your roll. I am a heel as well, and no Corp CA vacated the title because his weak butt decided to no show.
Yo! Oh, it's getting feisty in here. Oh, y'all, I like it. Like y'all clawing, scratching, and it's getting a little tense. This is a Shark Tank, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, there ain't no friends when it comes to titles. How about that? And Dylan Danger? Yo, Dylan, I didn't think you had it like that, so... Hey, yo, Dylan Danger, you want to come for the title, you go ahead and come for it. Excited. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and move things along. Once again, be sure you like the video and leave a comment as well about what you saw on Monday Night Raw. So, when it comes to this Ridge Holland situation, because I've been sitting on it for a while, I've known about what happened to Ridge Holland, and it does suck because we know about what happened to Big E, right? The accident that ended his career, essentially. He might be back, but it's not likely. I don't even think Big E has been training. He's lost a lot of muscle since the accident. Ridge Holland, let's just be real, he's been cursed, man. This man has unofficially been sidelined and thrown on NXT as a punishment. I don't want to be that dude, but it's true.
Well, I'm gonna tip the bossman too.
Well, Firestar Heart, not looking to be outdone by Dylan Danger. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate all the donations. But let's just be real. Ridge Holland was sent down to NXT as punishment for what happened to Big E. Even though it was an accident, you literally took out one of their top stars. And I think deep down, when it happened, they really wanted to fire him. I think Triple H wanted him gone. And so instead of firing him, they decided, we're just not going to renew your contract, right? And that was the plan. The plan for the longest time was to just let his contract expire and not rehire him. But then something happened. Ridge Holland would go on to wrestle on TNA, right? TNA against... who was it? Was it Moose? I think it was Moose. He injured himself on TNA. Terrible injury. And so when he got hurt, I think that put WWE in a bad spot.
Both of y'all should know your role and shut your mouth.
Hey, let's keep this going. I love the tension. Everyone wants a shot at the belt. Keep it going. But I think the injury really put WWE in a spot that they did not want to be in. Because it's like, well, crap, we can't release him now because it would be bad for us. It would be bad PR if we let him go while he's injured. And so, of course, they did the right thing. They extended his stay a little bit and allowed him to recover, heal up while he was recovering from his injury. Still paying him and all that, right? And the idea still was to let his extension, his contract expire. But that's when Rich Holland decided to go on social media and badmouth WWE. Badmouth them about not taking care of him. And so after he badmouthed them, they essentially said, you know what? Bro, we've been trying to get rid of you anyways. Bye. They terminated his contract. Now, let's just be real. Rich Holland's contract was going to expire anyways. It wasn't that far off from expiring when you think about when he was fired compared to when his contract was going to expire. He probably had, a month left? So, it's not like WWE was going to lose any money if they kept him under contract, right? But I also think, and this is just me personally, I don't like Rich Holland. I'm not the biggest fan of his. I don't resent him for what happened to Big E, but at the same time, he's like one of those wrestlers that I'm shocked stayed as long as he has. It's like Apollo Crews, for example. Yes, some of you forgot he's still under contract. Apollo Crews is still under contract. Somehow, some way. We lost Cedric Alexander. We lost Jinder Mahal. And Apollo Crews somehow still survives without getting any TV time. Rich Holland is one of those people where I'm like, I'm shocked that he's still here. But I also do think, despite how I feel about him, WWE should take care of the talent because he did get hurt under their watch. You're sending these guys off to wrestle in different promotions, different companies, and you are, of course, putting them in more situations to get hurt.
Now for the GoFundMe. He wasn't aware of it and sending all the money to charity.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. That was set up. And what ended up happening, getting into that in particular, when he was fired, a lot of the wrestlers, felt sorry for him because they let him go while he was recovering. And even I feel like if you're going to let him go, fine, but take care of him first, right? Take care of him because he got hurt under your watch. You're sending these wrestlers to work on TNA and then NXT, and when you do that, you increase their likelihood of getting hurt. So you can't be surprised when a Rich Holland gets injured. So you put him in a situation to get hurt. Take care of him. Take care of him first. Make sure he's fully healed. Then let him go. Right? I'm not saying you have to keep him. You clearly don't want him after what happened to Big E. Let's just call it like it is. And no, I don't resent him for it, but still, WWE clearly does. When he got fired, people started feeling sorry for him. And so a GoFundMe was created. We all assumed that the GoFundMe was started by him, right? Chelsea Green promoted the GoFundMe. She later deleted it after realizing, actually, I don't know. I would assume she later deleted the tweet promoting it. Maybe she did it because WWE told her to do it. But maybe it was also one of those things where it's like, oh, this isn't his GoFundMe. This is someone else's GoFundMe. But a GoFundMe was started to support Rich Holland, right? And it got a lot of money. Come to find out from Rich Holland himself, he knew nothing about it. He said he knew nothing about it. Now, have a hard time believing that. I'm not saying he's not telling the truth, but I have a hard time believing he knew nothing about this GoFundMe. Maybe he knew nothing about it and said nothing at first, but then over time, he got more information about it being a scam and then just said, okay, you know what? Let me get out ahead of this and clear up my name. I believe that first before I believe, oh, I knew nothing about the GoFundMe. I didn't know you guys were giving me money, even though Chelsea Green promoted it. Come on now. Come on. But yeah, I do appreciate that despite whether he knew it or not, he came out and said, whatever money this makes, I'm not going to take it. I will donate it to charity. I will donate this money to charity. And that's good on him. I appreciate when wrestlers come out, take responsibility and go, look, that's not me. I had nut-tan to do with that. Nut-tan. Big E is done. He announced his retirement on Stephanie McMahon's podcast last month. Wow. So he officially retired. He essentially said, I can't do it no more. I don't got it in me. Damn. Well, they definitely hate Ridge Holland now. But yeah, I do appreciate that Ridge handled that situation the right way. It does suck that people would take advantage of the fan base like that. I hate that. I hate when people go out of their way to see an opportunity and then scam people. So, yeah, I wish him the best in his future endeavors. You're not going to see me again when he recovers. You're not going to see me wear a t-shirt, a Ridge Holland t-shirt, whatever he's going to be called on the indie circuit. That doesn't mean I want him to fail. I hope he's successful in whatever he pursues in his life. So that's my thoughts on that. Someone did ask me to talk about the David Otunga video where he spoke on Andrade's contract situation. Tell you what, because I did see the Otunga video, and I like how he broke down how if this situation with Andrade was to get taken to court, more than likely the WWE would not win. Right? Because how are you going to enforce legally this 1 year non-compete when the idea is you can't compete, but you're also not getting paid? My thing is, if you're going to enforce that, they have to be paid. Fine. You can't wrestle for a full year, but we're going to pay you for a full year. But if you're not going to pay them, okay, then they should be able to work. I do believe that if you take it to court, even though you're going to be facing a very long, very expensive battle, I do believe it's worth taking to court, though. Because that doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right that you get to hold him hostage for a year and then he can't make money. At least not in the States. He also explained how the 1 year non-compete was in the contract since 2017. Oh, really? So it is a part of the legacy contracts. That's interesting. Well, we'll see how that turns out. If I have any more information about that, I'll happily talk about it on Wednesday for AEW. Dynamite. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and talk about Monday Night Raw here, which was live in Boston, Massachusetts. The big story is, of course, John Cena. John Cena had his final appearance in Boston, his homecoming. Triple H opened up the show. We saw the game come out, and he did a long-winded opener, but essentially he said, objectively speaking, John Cena is the greatest of all time, coming from someone that is objective. Sure, Triple H, sure. Your opinion matters more than everybody else's, right? Since you're the head honcho, you feel like from an objective standpoint, you have the right to make that objective standpoint opinion and say, factually, John Cena is the greatest of all time. I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong for thinking John Cena is the greatest of all time. If you want to say that, go for it. He is one of the greats. He is one of the all-time greats. Is he the all-time great? Not in my book. He's up there. But is he better than The Rock? Than Stone Cold Steve Austin? Than Stone Cold Steve Austin? Than The Undertaker? Than, as much as I understand how people hate this name as well, but objectively speaking, Hulk Hogan? I'm just saying, like, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Triple H himself, Bret Hart. Would you put John Cena above those men? Would you? I wouldn't. But if you believe he's the greatest of all time, objectively speaking, cool. That's on you. John Cena comes out, announced that his final match will be on Saturday night's main event, December 13th, but he also wants it to be a showcase of both NXT and WWE talent. So he says on that show will be exhibition matches, NXT versus main roster WWE. That's awesome. That also makes me think that an NXT wrestler is winning this tournament. Right? Please be Obafemi. I'm hoping that while Joe Hendry will be one of the mystery opponents, I want Obafemi to be the other one. Because Obafemi, if Obafemi is one of the mystery opponents, he's my pick to win. Screw Gunther. Screw Gunther. It should be Obafemi. Dominic Mysterio, of course, comes out, interrupts, and for the first time in what feels like forever, the fans boo Dominic Mysterio. It's like, oh my God, they remembered he was a heel. Right? They remembered he was a villain, but since it was against John Cena, of course they were going to boo Dominic Mysterio. Of course they were. So he comes out, John Cena tells them, hey, you made a big mistake coming out. Yada, yada, blah, 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 blah. Triple H goes, hey, this is the right time. This is the right place. Guess what's going to happen? IC title match, player. Holla, 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 holla. So Dominic Mysterio ends up defending his IC title against John Cena right then and there. Referee comes out, the bell rings. It goes past like 2 commercial breaks. The match was good. It wasn't spectacular or nothing, but it didn't matter. The match itself didn't matter. It was about the moment. John Cena hits the FU. I say it right, the FU, and pins Dominic Mysterio 1, 2, 3. The final mantle has been filled. John Cena, for the first time and the only time, wins the IC title. And he is now a Grand Slam champ because he did win both world titles, WWE and World Heavyweight Championship. He won the US Championship. That was the first belt he won. He won the tag team titles multiple times. And now he completes it with the IC title. Congratulations. That's amazing. I'm happy that John Cena can say he was a champ. The champ is here! Now, John Cena will not be holding this belt for very long because he's either losing it at Survivor Series, which is literally in 2 weeks from this Friday. Yeah, it's literally 2 weeks from this Friday. So he's either losing it at Survivor Series or he's losing it at his final match. So he's not going to be a champ for long. I do see him putting somebody over. I was thinking that he loses the belt right back to Dominic Mysterio at Survivor Series. Dom comes out next week, give me another shot, and then Dom ends up beating him for the IC title again. Or we don't do that. We have Dom fight Rey Mysterio for the Mega AAA Championship, AAA World Championship, and then Cena drops the belt to whoever wins the tournament. Again, Obafemi would be great. Imagine Obafemi being that dude. So he's either losing to Dom at Survivor Series or he's losing the belt in his final match. Regardless, congratulations to John Cena. I'm happy. I'm happy that he was able to say he became a Grand Slam champ because that is something that's been missing, right? He's been able to do everything. Main event WrestleMania, win Royal Rumbles, win Survivor Series. What was that? I forgot what year it was when he won the Survivor Series 5-on-5 match. Was he in War Games? Maybe, maybe not. I don't remember him being in War Games. But he's literally beaten everybody and done everything outside of the little things. And then Now he's won the IC title. And now he can say he was a Grand Slam champ. So congrats to him. Congrats to him. So let's see what they do. It's either Dominic Mysterio or a new person. Either way, I'm excited about it. I am thoroughly excited to see what happens next. Now, moving on with the rest of the show here. The last time is now tournaments. They had round 1 tournament matches. Rusev and Damian Priest had a match. That match was fine. It wasn't anything spectacular. It was fine. Rusev beats Damian Priest because Damian Priest had a weakened eye. As you guys know, his eye was weak. His eye was weak. And continuing the feud with him and Alyx Black on SmackDown, this is going to add to that. Rusev wins. Sheamus took on Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was great. This felt like strong style New Japan Pro Wrestling. It was a throwback to how Nakamura used to wrestle, which I appreciated. Very hard hitting. And Sheamus was with a bro kick. Nakamura graciously loses. Didn't look bad in defeat. I thought this match really stood out. Now that people are talking about Sheamus potentially winning and beating John Cena for the IC title, I kind of want to see it now. Keep this in mind. Sheamus beat John Cena on December 13th in 2009 for the world title. WWE Championship, to be exact. Now, imagine if he did it again for the IC title. God, I want it. I want it so much. I want to say it. Can we make it happen? Can we make it happen? CM Punk segment. CM Punk came out. CM Punk being your world champ. He makes that world title look really good. CM Punk really does make that world title look good. Comes out, calls out Logan Paul for attacking him. Logan comes out with a vision. Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, Brian Breaker. Of course, you know he has to have backup. So Jey Uso enters the ring. And then Cody Rhodes enters the ring. And then, of course, they brawl. They run them off. And then it was announced. War Games! War Games by William Regal. Backstage, of course. There you go. Cody Rhodes is not going to be fighting Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series. Huh. I did see that Drew McIntyre has taken time off to film. So I guess he won't be back for Survivor Series. Maybe they'll have him fight Cody before the end of the year. Are they going to have him beat Cody for the World Championship before the year ends? I don't know. They'll have to do it on SmackDown. Doubt they're going to do it on Saturday Night's Main Event. We'll have to see. Or maybe they'll push it off to Royal Rumble. That does suck. I was kind of hoping Drew would win the belt before the end of the year. But if Cody's going to be in War Games, it's not going to happen. So there's that. Women's World Championship. Stephanie McMahon took on Raquel Rodriguez. Another fine match. There was some miscommunication between the two, but it wasn't like super noticeable that it made the match suck. I thought the match was fine. Raquel Rodriguez was not going to beat Stephanie McMahon, so I'm not necessarily upset at the outcome. I will say this though, this put a smile on my face. When the match ended, my heel turn vibes started going off. You know, my heel turn senses started going off. And I even called this. I called this last week. I said, they're setting up Nikki Bella for a heel turn. And as soon as the match ended, Nikki Bella gets inside the ring and boom, knocks her ass out. Knocks out Stephanie McMahon, stands over her, holds the belt up. And I'm like, thank God, now I can boo her and not be hated on for it. Not be called a hater for it. I'm just doing my job. Y'all made her a villain. You made her a villain. What you want me to do about it? What you want me to do about it, huh? She's a villain. So I get to hate on her for free. And not be called a jerk for it. Right? I can hate on her and it still be cool. So there's that. They're gonna do her, Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella, Survivor Series. I'm assuming this is going to be an easy win for Stephanie. I don't know what else they'll do with Nikki Bella, but she works out better as a heel. Looks like we're gonna have to deal with boring ass Cody Rhodes as champion a little while. Yes, a little while longer. Just a little while longer. I hate it too, but what else are we gonna do? I think after that was the main event, right? Nothing else really to add. The Women's Tag Team Championship, Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, defeated Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss because of interference from Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. They helped the Kabukis win. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley make their return. They ran out afterwards, and chaos erupted. It was chaos! Rumble in the jungle. And then it was Rhea Ripley for the women who announced War Games! And there we go. The lineup is set. Team Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, will take on Team Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane, Asuka, Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. So there you go. That was Raw. I thought the show was a good show. I thought they did a pretty bang up job of setting up Survivor Series. Yeah, we're gonna have to see what they do. I'm very curious about who's gonna win the tournament, and if John Cena is going to be the IC champ by the time we get to his final match. So, give me your thoughts about that. Should John Cena drop the belt at Survivor Series or his final match? And if it's going to be his final match, to who? Because if it's at Survivor Series, it's going to be the Dominic Mysterio. So, I might actually ask that question to the post section of the YouTube channel to see what people say. Let people vote on it. How about that? All right, live chat, you have the floor. I am gonna keep experimenting with vertical lives and regular lives just to see how well they do. I don't like that when I went live, it split the audience because I was hoping it would put it in the shorts feed. I don't think it put it in the shorts feed, which sucks. I want it to be in the shorts feed. Dag nabbit. People forgot Nia Jax beat Lash on NXT, so it makes zero sense why she's tagging with her. So they were a tag team on NXT, and then Nia Jax turned on her and beat her. But now they're back to being a tag team. Is Shawn Michaels okay with that? That Triple H is not paying attention to his storytelling? Game Shock says the YouTube short stream felt weird. Green screen purgatory. Ronwell Nogales, I originally wanted my title reign to be ended at Royal Rumble. Let me let this play.
When is Survivor Series' pred?
Survivor Series predictions will be the Tuesday. So the 25th. The 25th. 25th. That's Tuesday, 25th after NXT. And it will just be me. I was thinking about inviting A&B Convos or Steven Sanders. I'm thinking it's just going to be me. I don't want to do too much of the coalition. I want to save them for a big one. So we'll do that. We'll do A&B Convos, Steven Sandridge. We'll do that for Royal Rumble, if you're okay with that. Why are you planning on successfully defending your belt on Friday and then choosing to defend the belt at predictions that week? I would love that. I would love that. All right, back to Ronwell. Ronwell said, I originally wanted my title reign to be ended at the Royal Rumble by Corp CA, but due to my expenses, my reign might have to end at Survivor Series to focus on my expenses. Want my title? Come get it. Okay. So Ronwell Nogales is essentially saying that he will most likely not be able to defend his belt at the end of the month. So check this out. Like, We got a lot of people coming for this International Championship. Y'all can also come for the world title. Come for the world title as well. And Corpse is essentially just saying, hey, whichever title I want, that's the title I'll get. So we'll see about that one. Give me your scores. Give me your grades for Raw tonight. I thought it was good. I think John Cena winning the IC title was a great moment and made a lot of people happy. Noel Jimenez, I want to say I deal with mental health issues over the past year, but every time I watch your streams, it just makes me happy. And I thank you, sir, for that, for keeping me motivated through the years. Oh, Noel Jimenez, I appreciate that. It put the short feed over your main feed. Really? Okay. That is interesting that it put the shorts feed over my main feed. I wonder why it did that. That's interesting. SD Kai, go to the world title. Let me be in peace. SD Kai is like, leave my international title alone. Y'all go for the world title. Nah. Noel Jimenez says he wants the belt. Corpse says Cena to drop the belt in his last match as he walks out the door. I lost at Saturday Night's main event, and so should Cena. That's funny. JJ Bulldog. They better have LA Knight in War Games because he still needs to finish his feud with CM Punk. We'll see. We'll see. I think Roman's going to be the final. Again, if we do 5-on-5, then we can still get LA Knight in there. But I think it's going to be Roman Reigns, if you ask me. Let's see here. Great donations tonight, by the way. Appreciate that. Your Highness King AJ in his house. Good to have you here. CCN2. Why you repeat Last Legend and things so much when you talk? What? Is that a troll? Got people trolling me. Didn't even see it. Ronwell Nogales gave it an 8.5. Joe Arredondo gave it a 9 out of 10. WWE Movie Maker gave it an 8 out of 10. Noel Jimenez says, so if I win the world title, oh, you'll defend it on every stream? Noel Jimenez, all right, if you win the world title, he says, I'm defending it on every stream. So here's the thing, though, Noel.
Noel, sorry for coming at you like that, but when you suck up to Korpka, that's when I go heel.
Damn. Dylan Dangers is like, you over here kissing the butt of the tribal chief, and I don't like it. Damn, Noel. You got people coming for you like that? Let me see here. Yeah, so Noel, that's gonna be difficult because you'll probably end up defending the belt on the same show as the International Championship. So maybe we can do a thing where if you defend the belt on the same show, first place gets the world title, second place gets the international title. Maybe we do that. You know, we'll work around it. We'll play that one by ear. We'll play it by ear. Nikki Bella and Logan Paul as world champs in 2025 and 2026. Jesus Christ, please don't do that to me. Don't make me quit wrestling. That will make me never watch the WWE ever again. Soruka could be back very soon. That would be very nice if we got Soruka back inside the ring. Because I heard she got hurt, which happens. It sucks. Dulcie Chatham says, put down your binoculars because you know you saw that coming. Everyone saw that coming. Noel Jimenez says, the real world champ is Corpse. I'm like, Corpse got deep pockets, bro. Noel, you sure? You sure you can handle Corpse? Corpse, Noel says he can beat you. What an upset that would be. Now, remember, like, the only person to give Corpse a run for his money was Three Diglets, and he retired. But Noel says, I'm the new Three Diglets. I'm better. No, I'm not the new Three Diglets. I'm better than Three Diglets. We're going to have to see what happens on Friday. I'm excited about Friday. I think that's going to be quite the battle. Because SDK said, oh, you're not just going to walk in and take what's mine. Okay. Breaking news. SDK says breaking news. Did something happen? Javon Evans versus Gunther. Yeah. I announced that. Yeah. Javon Evans versus Gunther is next week. And I'm assuming Gunther wins that match. Ronrel Nagales says, you're not better than Three Diglets. Ronrel said, hey, I like you, buddy, but you're not Three Diglets. Okay, we gonna say Noel Jimenez might be like, oh, you want to bet? You want to bet? Okay, player. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and get out of here. Thank you all so much for experimenting with me on these double lives. Apparently, the live stream just cut it in half. So we'll do the vertical live for Dynamite. What is that? That is Blood and Guts, right? We'll do vertical live for Blood and Guts on Wednesday. And then we'll do the regular live for SmackDown, where the International Championship will be on the line. So, thank you all for watching. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Corpse says, if Noel beats Corporate Clyde, it will be because it's a part of his storyline. Otherwise, I have the vision of destiny. Quite the promo. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. All right, get out of here. Get out of here, y'all. Thank you for making me a part of your day. And as always, I will catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place that this was and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace. When you're when you're